5 seconds. That's all it takes. 5 seconds to say yes. 5 seconds to say no. 5 seconds to stand up or to stay down. Your entire destiny can shift in a single moment of decision. And the truth is, your life today is nothing more than the sum of all the 5-second choices you've made up until now. Let me take you back to a moment in my life. I was standing backstage before one of my first big talks. My hands were shaking, my heart was pounding, and every cell in my body whispered, "Walk away. You're not ready. You're going to fail." I had exactly 5 seconds to choose, step forward or step back. And in that tiny window, I made the choice that changed my entire life. I walked out. I spoke, and that one decision opened doors I never dreamed possible. Think about it. What if I had listened to fear? What if I had let hesitation win? You wouldn't be hearing my voice right now. That's the power of 5 seconds. Here's the secret. Every decision has a window, and that window is short. 5 seconds, maybe less. In those 5 seconds, your brain does two things. It whispers possibility, then it screams fear. Most people wait too long. They let the brain talk them out of action, and they miss the moment. But winners, leaders, dreamers who change the world, they act within those 5 seconds. They don't wait for courage. They move before fear has the chance to paralyze them. Your destiny isn't decided in years. It's decided in seconds. Now listen carefully. One 5-second decision doesn't just change a moment, it changes a lifetime. The student who raises their hand in class gains confidence. The worker who speaks up in the meeting opens new doors. The person who says, "I love you," instead of staying silent, creates a future family. It all starts with one brave, tiny choice. And here's the beauty. Each decision compounds. One bold move leads to another. One yes to courage leads to 10 more. And suddenly, your whole life looks different. Let me ask you something. How many times in your life have you stood at a crossroads knowing exactly what you should do, but you didn't? You had the dream, but you froze. You had the chance, but you hesitated. You had the words in your heart, but you stayed silent. And later that night, you lay in bed replaying it all, saying, "Why didn't I just go for it?" We've all been there. And that's the proof that hesitation is the greatest thief of destiny. Not failure, hesitation. Because failure at least moves you forward. Failure teaches. Failure strengthens. But hesitation, it leaves you stuck exactly where you are. No wiser, no stronger, just trapped in regret. Think about this. How many inventions, how many businesses, how many love stories never happened simply because someone didn't act in those 5 seconds? Do you realize the entire world you live in today, every company, every book, every song, every piece of technology exists because someone said yes in a 5-second window? Steve Jobs, 5 seconds to walk into that garage. Oprah Winfrey, 5 seconds to walk onto that stage. Martin Luther King, 5 seconds to declare his dream to the world. 5 seconds, that's the difference between obscurity and legacy, between what if and I did. And here's the truth nobody tells you. Courage doesn't feel like courage in the moment. It feels like terror. It feels like doubt. It feels like your heart is about to burst out of your chest. Courage doesn't come wrapped in confidence. It comes wrapped in fear. But when you act within those 5 seconds, you unwrap it. And that's when confidence is born. You don't wait for confidence, you create it. And the recipe is 5 seconds of insane bravery. That's it. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine a soldier on the battlefield, adrenaline pumping, the enemy is ahead. He has exactly 5 seconds to move, or he may never move again. Does he feel ready? Number. Does he feel calm? Absolutely not. But does he move? Yes, because he knows hesitation can cost everything. Now compare that to your life. You may not be on a literal battlefield, but every single day you face battles of the mind, fear, doubt, excuses. And in those moments, your 5-second courage is what decides if you win or lose the war of your potential. Let me give you one more powerful story. There was a young man terrified of speaking in public. For years, he avoided it. Then one day in college, a professor asked for a volunteer. His heart raced. His palms sweated. He wanted to hide. But inside, a voice whispered, "If not now, than when he had exactly 5 seconds to choose, and somehow he stood up, his voice cracked, his hand shook, but he spoke. And that 5-second decision, it didn't just help him pass a class. It launched a career in leadership, in influence, in impact, because that's what 5 seconds can do. It can rewrite the entire trajectory of your story. So I want you to remember this rule. Don't wait until you're ready. Don't wait until it's perfect. Don't wait for the stars to align. If you feel it in your gut, if opportunity is in front of you, act. Count down 5-4-3-2-1 and move. Because life doesn't reward the people who hesitate. Life rewards the bold, the movers, the doers. And the beauty is, you don't need to be fearless. You just need 5 seconds of courage at a time, 5 seconds to build a habit of action that compounds into a lifetime of greatness. Let me give you an example you already know. Think of someone who changed history. Rosa Parks, one woman, one bus seat, one choice, 5 seconds to decide, stand up or stay seated. Her decision didn't just change her life, it changed millions of lives. That's the ripple effect. And don't think for a second that you don't have that power, because you do. Here's the real enemy: hesitation. The moment you hesitate, fear walks in, doubt walks in, excuses walk in, and once hesitation grabs you, it pulls you back to safety, to comfort, to the same life you're trying to escape. So remember this rule. If you feel the pull, act within 5 seconds. Send the email, make the call, step onto the stage, say yes to the opportunity, because hesitation kills more dreams than failure ever will. Now let's make this practical. Here's how you can start using the 5-second secret today. 1. Count backward. 5-4-3-2-1. Why backward? Because it interrupts the brain's autopilot and forces you to take control. 2. Move immediately. Don't think, don't rationalize. Stand up, speak, act. 3. Repeat it daily. The more you practice, the stronger the muscle gets. Soon courage becomes a habit, not a miracle. 5 seconds, that's all. But those seconds separate average from extraordinary. I want you to imagine this with me. It's years from now. You're older. You're looking back at your life. Do you want to remember all the chances you didn't take, all the words you never spoke, all the dreams you buried because you hesitated? Or do you want to smile knowing you lived boldly, courageously, fearlessly because you didn't let 5 seconds slip away? This is your moment right here, right now. 5 seconds from now, you can decide to change your story forever. So here's my challenge to you. The next time fear whispers, you count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and move. That's the secret. That's the difference. And that's how you take control of your destiny. Because in the end, it's not the years that matter. It's the seconds. The 5 seconds that change everything. Believe it. Live it. And if this message hit your heart today, don't just watch, take action. Subscribe, share, and most importantly, start counting down your new life.